assuming he graduates, he's here, he's going to be eligible. You know, that always kind of worries me a little bit with the eligibility issues. We're still kind of on the fence if he's going to make it. We're going to assume he makes it, right? He's on the roster. You have, give me your 5, just as of today, assuming everyone we have comes.
Are you counting Quinterly and DeAndre or what we have right now?
No, don't count those guys yet.
You're 5 with what we currently have. I got to go Caleb. Caleb and Jordan. David, Leonard, and Jourdain.
Yeah, it's probably something like that, yeah.
Caleb at the 1, Jones or Leonard 2, 3, Jourdain 4, and Brown at the 5.
How many of those would be a preseason all-AAC, like first-teamer?
I think Caleb Mills could be one, and Jordan Brown could be one.
I think that's right.
I mean, and if you go by what Rothstein says, then David Jones could be one.
Did we have any preseason?
And then if you believe the hype, which there's a lot of hype around TFL Leonard, that's, I mean, that seems very ambitious, but
it does say 3 of them.
The best possibility is 4 of the 5.
All right. So where I was going with that is,
but I mean, if you let me include DeAndre and Quinterly, then I would say that your starting 5 is probably all AAC. I don't know how they wouldn't be.
That's what I was going to say. So you're telling me 2 makes sense now, and we potentially get DeAndre back. Like, there's no way
that's written in Sharpie, etched in stone.
My point was, if you get him back, like, does this sound insane that you could have potentially Caleb Mills, potentially Jordan Brown, DeAndre Williams? That 3?
I don't think it's insane. I think it's just the reality of this roster that's going to be put together, top to bottom.
I mean,
if it works out how we think it should, is Penny's best roster he's had.
Oh, yeah. I think so. Because and I don't mean this in like a bad way, but like last year was Katie, DeAndre, and some dudes.
So top heavy.
It was just some dudes.
So top heavy.
Right? I mean, like.
I mean, you say just some dudes. You had guys that played their role and played it well.
Correct. But no one knew who Keontae Kennedy was, right? You had to look into him. And then even then you look at him, you're like, was he shooting like 30% from 3? Like, what's this guy going to do? I'm going blank on his name. The guy who is currently with Philadelphia.
Elijah
McCadden. He was like 6th man of some nobody. You're like, what? Who's this guy?
He comes here and he's an elite cutter. I mean, dude just found lanes to the basket left and right.
So, like, it was essentially Katie, DeAndre, who I think they were both preseason all AAC. Yeah. And then just some guys in, like, the nicest way possible. Like, I mean, that's kind of what we were working with.
Yeah.
And then now you have names that are pretty recognizable. I mean, I'd say Jourdain's probably not that recognizable. We're familiar with him because he played at Temple.
Right.
But still, he checks your boxes. I mean, he is what Elijah McCadden turned out to be, essentially. Like, guys that are just going to do their job, show up, and bring their lunch pail to work kind of guy.
Which is what you need.
Is what you need. And you're telling me we could potentially have Jalen Duren, or not Jalen Duren. That'd be great. Can we make that happen?
Wow.
Having, I was thinking about preseason summer league stuff, yeah. Having Jordan Brown, DeAndre Williams.
The 2 of them together.
How do you stop that? Who else?
I don't know that you can.
Who in the AAC has bigs like that?
Who in the country has 2 bigs like that?
Well, I'm sure somebody does. We're just not thinking of it. I'm sure someone in the Big Ten has 2 gigantic bigs that can.
I don't know. I mean, does Zach Edey count as 2? As big as he is? Is he the same as DeAndre and Jordan if they clone themselves together as one?
No, but that is absurd. If
they wore a trench coat and DeAndre was on Jordan's shoulder, that whole scene.
Yeah, it's like in Little Rascals.
Yeah.
I think that's what that was. No, but the sky's the limit. That's absurd. That's the best roster Penny has ever had. I would honestly put that roster as probably one of the better rosters Memphis has had in a good while, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say back to 2008, but like,
it feels like it.
It's going back a while.
I mean, you said that, and I'm trying to think. I'm like, the Tyreek roster was good, but it's there. It's back.
I'm trying to think back on paper, like between Shaq and Austin and
the Four Kings year, the roster, but it kind of gets.
Yeah, but you know what they did, so it didn't count.
Yeah,
or what they didn't do. I guess that's the way we should probably worry that.
Yeah. Anyway, it's been a while.
Yeah,
10+ years,
easily. Yeah,
since you've constructed, and that's again, there are still a couple pieces that need to fall into place.